This is part 2 of the Rocket Grants application tutorial series. It's important to understand the funding priorities for Rocket Grants in order to be able to make a persuasive application. Every grant has a focus, and it's worth your while to review this information and look at projects we've already funded to find out if your idea is a good fit. In a nutshell, we're looking for high quality, visually strong, experimental work that will engage and surprise new kinds of audiences in unexpected places. Your project should have a public component that happens in an accessible venue, but not the kind of place where art is normally seen, such as typical or established studios, galleries, art districts, theaters, and museums. This funding should allow you to try something new, take a risk, and take your work to the next level. It's not for finishing work, for traditional studio space, or for upgrading facilities. It's not a travel or equipment grant either, unless those expenses form an essential part of an exciting proposal. An important focus for Rocket Grants is to fund projects that support and inspire other artists in this region. Innovative, artist-run spaces, residencies, exhibitions, performances, or publications that feature area artists are all a good fit. Expansive studio practices that may not find funding elsewhere are also a strong priority. We encourage art projects that will build relationships with new kinds of audiences and establish creative bridges with and between cultural and geographic communities. Some important things to think about are: how might affordability impact access to the public component of your project? Who is your audience? Is it large or a small specific group? If your production is primarily written or performance-based, how might collaboration with visual artists make your proposal stronger in this area? How will the site you choose have a meaningful relationship to your work? There is no restriction on the types of media, processes, content, or forms your work can take, as long as it meets the funding priorities and eligibility requirements of the program. Some possibilities include performance of all kinds with a strong visual aspect, web-based work, video, social practice, public art that might not find support by any other means because of its temporary or unusual nature, experimental festivals, even ones that happen for one night, projects that move between different media, processes, and fields of inquiry, for example, between art and science or poetry and video, fresh and experimental programming for artist-run spaces and organizations, or a project that takes studio work to a new kind of venue. This concludes part 2 of the online tutorial.